All right, guys, what is going on? What is Gucci gang, dude? What is Gucci gang, chat? All right, all right. You guys ready to learn something today? Drop a 1 in the chat. I don't know what I have for you. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. So the Nasdaq today, dude, has been pretty sassy. Pretty sassy, I'll tell you. I'll tell you, she's not playing nice today. Not today. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. So, I guess we'll start with this. Earlier today, okay, there it is. So just prior to equities open, I said there's lots of levels here today, and I shared a electronic hours chart, but I had a few different levels on here. We had one near 450, which were these highs. Scroll over here, which were those highs right there. And then I also shared these highs in here, London's low resistant highs. Yep. And then I also shared this original consolidation. And, jeez. And 30,265, these lows down here. So we'll go over all that stuff. And then, we'll be good. So, man, we only got 17 people on, dude. That's crazy. How do I get like 5,000 followers on Instagram in like a month, but we lose half the followers on YouTube? Or I guess the watch viewers? What is going on right now? What is going on right now? That's crazy. Crazy. What's good? Eberneth 2020, Scott, Roberto, Julius, Capitalist, G, Jordan D in the chat, Tordy, Yuso, woke up from a nap, hit TP, got my cafe mocha. Let's go. What a legend. What a legend. What's good? Slowly, Jorks, Akil, and anybody else that I might have missed. So, our 12 o'clock macro did not deliver. What a scam. What is it? You know what? Maybe the markets are supply and demand then. Maybe I'll bend the knee. Maybe I'll finally admit it's all supply and demand. Stream is for members only today? Oh, shit. I thought I changed that. Oh, I changed the chat to subscribers. See, this is why you don't multitask, chat. This is why you don't multitask. I'm over here trying to do 1,000 fucking things. I got all kinds of people calling me. I got fucking all kind of shit going on, dude. There we go. Okay, now we're public. Damn. Don't multitask, chat. Trying to trade, trying to call people back, be on the phone, post in a Discord. Shit. Put some pants on. Golly. What a day. What an absolute day. See, this is why I need caffeine. Okay? And 300 milligrams is not enough. It's not enough, chat. Here I was putting public stream. It was public chat. How the fuck does that work? Public chat, private stream. That shit don't work. Why did they even allow that to happen? Anybody can comment, but you can't watch. The fuck is that? Anyway. Cameron said BE on shorts from 75.98. Shorts, Cameron. Shorts, Cameron. 75.98. You short this? Why'd you do that, Cameron? Why did you do... I'm just kidding. Honestly, I did not care for ES at all today. I think ES today was, you know, if I ever wrote another trading book, ES from today would not be in it. Okay, I'll put it to you that way. ES would not be in it today. Yeah, so now we got a few more people on here. Cool. So I guess I'll go ahead and show y'all the details now. Meant to not have that on there. That was a copy and paste from when I made that Instagram post. All right. So when I shared that image earlier, there you go. I can't remember which one it was. I think it was this one. I think it was this one. All right. Can everybody see that? I think so. I may have to zoom out a little bit because of my webcam here. All right, whatever. Lows down here. See that? These highs here despite my mouse betraying me. These highs here haven't been met yet. And I know it looks weird, but you gotta trust me. London's highs here, and then original consolidation highs up here. So me personally, I thought, hey, if this is gonna be our buy model, cool. We should go lower, wreck the lows first, and then jam. That was the thought process. And the market was like, all right, John, watch this shit. And equities open, trades lower initially, trades higher. Okay, small imbalance here, a little small soup there, not really, but a little higher high here, and then bang, rips lower. So down here, equities open low is right here. Even though like 8:55 and 9 o'clock, 8:55 is still technically in that time window, but it's just anybody who longed at the open might have stops here. So market comes down for that, sweeps that low, leaves equal lows. What an asshole. Rallies, and then we reclaim the regular trading hours gap, rip higher, blast past that, tag all of the London low resistant highs. How do you know they're low resistant? We do get some barcode in here, but once we get out of that, no resistance, right? One candle, bang. So we reach for all of those highs in here. Premium imbalance up here. This is easier seen on a 15-minute. So then we trade down. Is that orange? This shit looks the same to me. This is acting like a mitigation because we have a high, or excuse me, we have a low, high, lower low, and then we push through that on the way for the original consolidation highs, or like the original consolidation and the highs here. So as we watch that, we can see that body's respecting the upper half. This wick was pretty crazy. We did go lower, left some of the lower half open on the 5-minute time frame here. See that? We reached for that lack of wick, that no pants candle right there. Bang. Right into that. Off of it. When in doubt, invert it out, baby. Imbalance right there. Disrespected. Bang. So right there. And this is part of the second leg of accumulation. If we are going to reach for those consolidation highs. I don't want to see us come back down for that low or this one. I think we should hurry up and blast up there. But I might be biased. I don't know. It is possible. I am a human. So, was good, Roger? Was good, Jay-Z? So, and that's where we're at right now. And that's why, like, this to me was just, like, frustrating. I'm like, okay, what is it going to do? Is it going to run up here? Is that going to give us an A-shaped reversal? Doesn't give us an A-shaped reversal. We go up there fast. We trade lower slowly. Okay. We did not see expansion met with expansion. We saw expansion met with retracement. Okay, well, shit, that ain't bearish. That's bullish. Bang, first inversion right there, good to go. And now it's stalling. So it very well could be inverting that last imbalance up here. Like this first one on the way lower got traded through. So this could be the inversion to go higher. We are at a massive premium right now. But I know some of y'all were like, oh, today's so clean. I think there were some clean spots. Yes, that's always the case. But I think overall, I wouldn't call today a clean day. But that's just my opinion. I wouldn't count the entire day as clean. Like leaving behind equal lows and then having a mitigation to go higher, like that's, to me, that's atrocious. That's atrocious. And I don't like that. I don't care for that. So, very similar story for ES, but ES is boo-boo. Boo-boo trash garbage. I mean, any name you can think of, this is terrible. Terrible. Horrendous. Gross. It's like it wants to be a sell model, but it's like not. I don't know how to explain it. 1, 2, 3 formation in London, right? You guys remember we went through the 1, 2, 3 formation quite a lot in our last stream. That might have been the members only stream from Friday. But multiple highs, right? Stabbing above, stabbing above, stabbing above, breaking down, right? Retracement, and then pre-market just shat the bed, dude. Pre-market just... And then we just get all of this. And just like the other box, the blue teal box, that is regular trading hours gap. So we are consolidating inside of that. To me, that's like manipulation. That's a holding pattern. To me, it's a holding pattern. So it's being held, right? We're seeing real support and resistance, aren't we? Resistance at the high end of it. Support at the low end of it, right? Weird. So then we get outside of it. Okay, cool. It's not bearish, right? And then so we trade back inside of it, body staying in the upper half. And now we trade higher. So if you think about it this way in regular trading hours, if this is our buy model, meaning original consolidation, leave it, back into it again, back into it again, back into it again. Like 17 times. Cool. All right, if we are going to go for those lows, then we're going to go higher first. Sweep some highs. So that would make sense to me. That would be cool. That is somewhat in alignment with NQ. And I said somewhat because, as you can tell by the markups here, we have already taken, in regular trading hours, we have already taken Friday's high. That's why I said I'm watching to see if that's a reversal. But the speed is not the same. Instantly higher. Very slow and lethargic to go lower. So that's not a reversal. That's a continuation. Retrace or expansion, retracement, expansion. That's the order. That's one of the orders that I gave you. I only gave you 2. Reversal, retracement, expansion, expansion, retracement, expansion. Those are the only 2 I gave you. And, well, that shit still works, doesn't it? Would shorting near all-time highs be smart, even though... Oh, that gave me a... It gave me an idea. Thank you. We got a couple more things to look at. I got to stop coming on here and bullshitting. Excuse me. Would shorting near all-time highs be smart, even though we have those nice lows? So G... I'm saying G for short because I don't know how to pronounce that. You're allowed to short at all-time highs, okay? I'm not saying that it can't be done. But what I'm saying is if we are at all-time highs and we're at like fresh all-time highs, meaning we are trading at levels that have never been traded to before, picking the high is not optimal for me. It's not optimal for most traders. It's just not a good idea to pick the high when we are at all-time highs. Have people done it? Of course. Have people called market sell-offs before? Of course. But the question is not, can it be done or can it not be done? The question is, what is sustainable? What is something that is sustainable and repeatable? What has a high repeatability? And trying to pick the very high in bullish markets is just salmon swimming upstream. I know we've been over that before. And you don't want to be like the salmon who get caught. Okay. So I would say directly, it's probably not smart. It's best, in my opinion, it's always my opinion, it's best to wait for the high to be set, break down, let the market show you a willingness that we ain't bullish anymore and that we have shifted delivery from buy side. Now we will seek sell side. That's when you get in sync with lower pricing, not trying to nail the high. So hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. Big fellas. It's like standing in front of the train hoping it will stop. Right. Yeah, so it's dancing on the train tracks. It's all fun and games until that train gets there faster than you thought, and now you're a pancake. So, I want to keep it here for a minute because I don't want to miss it. I guess it doesn't really matter. It's fine. We can explore other stuff. Other stuff. All right. Remember those triple lows I told you about on Friday? We got to go way back in the way back. See that? On Friday, I told you we had lows here. But this 1 minute candle is slightly lower. So you got to put them all together. Right? A little bundle right here. Kind of like field notes. A little 3-in-1. Right? Sidebar. You know we got to have a sidebar conversation every time. Look at that. Field notes 3-pack, baby. This one's got an owl on it too. Can y'all see that? Look at that. Beautiful. The more the merrier, chat. So, not to flex on you or anything, but I got a bunch of these. So, all right. Triple lows here. And on Friday, I said, hey, look, when we get to the final hour, if we are close to that, final hour is probably going to pop and drop. And we didn't end up getting that. 2 o'clock ends up being like here on Friday. And then we end up going higher. And we don't even take that high. What type of shit is that? So, anyway. Those lows are still there. They're still there. They haven't been forgotten about. And then we also have these lows here too. So today, right, let me show you some more support and resistance. All right. Friday's close. Sunday's open. What does that give us? In electronic, this is Sunday's gap. See that? Look at that. We opened where? Higher than where we closed. Ooh, fancy shit you're learning. Woo, look at that. We trade through it, back into it. Look at this shit. Look at this. You want to see some support and resistance? Look at this. We trade through Sunday's gap, and then 8:15 trades up to the high end of Sunday's gap. What's the high on that? 51,128, right? What's Sunday's open? What's Sunday's open? We just looked at it. What's Sunday's open? 51,128, right? But there's no perfection in trading. No, of course not. What's that candle's high? 51,128. It's perfect. Fucking flawless. Yeah, but it's all supply and demand, right? Yeah. Lower, don't take the lows. Engineered low at equities open. We trade back up right here into both. Sunday's gap. In electronic side, regular side. See this? Regular trading hours gap here. We have an overlap. We go right up into that, off of it. That should tell you right there. Probably going lower. Right down to the engineered low. Right down to the triple lows that I told you about on Friday. That's pretty stinking cool, man. I gotta tell you. It's pretty fun. Pretty cool. So, drop a 1 in the chat if you guys are learning something today. Drop a 1 if you think this stuff is worth learning, okay? Is it worth trading everything? Sunday's gap, this, that, and the third, regular trading hours over here, inversion over here, divergence over here, blah, 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 blah. Are you going to trade it all? Probably not. Probably not. You don't have to Christmas tree. You've been banned from Christmas treeing anyway for another year. So you can't even do that. You're supposed to. But what you're learning, right, is how price moves. Why does it create a low below previous lows? That's what I call an engineered low. Because it's engineered to do that. It's a short-term low. Technically, this is a short-term low as well. But it's building liquidity here, building another pool of liquidity here. So now we have multiple pools of liquidity. Friday's AM session triple lows and consolidation. And then equities open low. And then bang. Right? What time is that? 9:45 taps into it. 9:50 taps further lower. And that ends up being a short-term reversal. He said, Williams did cleanest today. How about you leave blasphemy out of my chat? Okay? Can you do that? Dow Jones and clean never go in the same sentence. Okay? That is blasphemy. That is blasphemy. And you will be banned for life. You will be banned for life if you keep doing that shit. Same thing here, like I said earlier. It's not really doing anything here, but now it's proven it ain't bearish. Bang. Okay? Reclaimed. Oh, are we going higher? Biatch! What about Nasdaq? Biatch! Let's go! Who's your fucking daddy? Huh? Who's your daddy? Give me those fucking highs. Mmm. 2 for 2. 2 for 2. What's the high on that? 620. Did we get that 20 level? Oh, you bet your fucking ass. How far can price go above a high? The next imbalance. We don't have one. Right. The next 0, 20, 80, or 50. And 20 is right there. We tapped into it perfectly. Oh, this might act like an inversion. Bang! But nobody can predict price, right? Nobody can predict price. It's all supply and demand. It's all fucking random. I had to cut the stream here. I had to tell y'all got a fucking enough today. But you know what? I ain't gonna be like that. It's been a long weekend for some of you that are free here, and you didn't have a stream until, or since Wednesday of last week. So I'll give you a little bit more. Oh, let's go over Microsoft. Where is she at today? 2% on the day, huh? Ooh, what about Friday, though? Friday, God, dog. Friday was, didn't I say in the market reviews that we should leave this now? Didn't I say that? That this looks like smart money accumulation. This looks like banks and hedge funds and institutions that are accumulating. And then not even like a day or two later, we pop like over 12%. What's the difference, man? I will fuck up a 1 minute time frame and I will fuck up a daily or a weekly. It does not matter. Doesn't matter. This shit is all the same, dude. This is in front. Send that to the back. Back of the bus you go. You see how easy this stuff is, dude? Name a time frame that this cannot be done on. Well, 3 minute, 11-hour time frame. Yeah, weird shit like that. But name a traditional time frame that this stuff doesn't work on. You can't do it. You can't do it. Let me go back for a second. Slowly. You know why I said that shit was blasphemy about Dow Jones? For like the very reason I just gave you. The day was not done yet. So there was some cleanliness there. And although ES to me is still ass miggy, it's still, I would still rather trade this than this. I think the only opportunity was in here. Waiting for that and then maybe shorting after that. I was watching that and I didn't trade it. And I feel retarded. But nonetheless, it still did those things. Next candle entry. Did that at 9 o'clock too, right? Weird. What's the timing on that? Again, it's all random. Nobody ever knows. And then we trade beyond it. Now we're seeing expansion lower. 920, we come up. Immediate rebalance there. And then a continuation. So I think like something like that is okay. But like, look at this day. Look at this. Look at this, bro. Look at this horrendousness. How can you print W's when the market prints W's, bro? But you know what? We can print W's when the market actually sees expansion. So, anyway. We pretty much went over everything already. The YM triple lows, we discussed that already. Microsoft, I mean, it doesn't take a genius, bro. It really doesn't. We have all-time highs up here. We left behind very, very clean lows. Back in March, 3 months ago, in all honesty, I thought we were going to go for that level, the 345 level here. I thought we were going to do that. And even like some of the politicians and shit, these people that are in like subcommittees or the, you know, what is it, like AI subcommittees and shit all in the government, even like they were buying Microsoft in here. Most of them do like call options and shit like that. And that's why I told you, again, back in here, we gotta go, somebody's got to go find that screenshot. It was back in here somewhere. I was saying, yeah, when we get through this gap and back into it, we should go for this one. Same thing here. Once we get through it and back into it, then we should send for all-time highs. And so you can see that the market is literally obeying things months out, like months prior, because it's all repeatable. It does the same stuff over and over again. So do y'all have any questions about Microsoft? No, we didn't get manipulation from last year's low. We didn't do that. You know, why? I don't know. I don't have all the answers, chat. I don't know everything. I know a lot. Some would say a shit ton, but I do not know it all. Okay? When the market does that, I can't do anything with that. You know? I can't call up anybody and say, hey, sweep it. You know? They just kicked Powell out, so I got to lose his number too. You know? I may not be able to move price for you anymore. Okay? Sometimes we don't get manipulation. And that's fine. But once, again, you get the other signatures that I told you about, like gaps as an example, once you get that type of stuff, right? Look at the speed here. You remember on my Instagram? I don't know. Some of you might not be on social media. I applaud you for that, actually. But if you do have it, if you go to phases of price, right? Y'all see that? If y'all go to phases of price, number 3 is retracement. Right? Retracements are shallow and slow. Right? If you go through my Instagram comments, anytime somebody tells me what time frame is that, what time frame does this work on, I say it works on all of it. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. The time frame is irrelevant unless you're day trading. Then yeah, like the 1 minute, the timing's going to be a really big aspect there. But the daily and weekly is going to be the same thing. And you can literally see the drawing right here. Expansion higher, slow, lethargic, not really very deep, right? Like you. Retracement, bang, there it is. Expansion, retracement, expansion. So you see how easy this stuff is to predict? We don't fucking react over here. We predict. We say, all right, what is it doing? Based on what it's doing and what it has done and where it should go and why it's did this, that, and the third. Socrates, who, what, where, when, why, how. Once we get that information, then we know, okay, this is what should take place. It's never 100%. It's never a guarantee. It's never, you know, put the farm on it, okay? It's never like that. But the probabilities are stacked. And it does this everywhere. Literally everywhere. Daily of Microsoft, 5 minute. Oh, look at this. I don't day trade like a lot of the blue chip stocks like this, but look at this. All these lows in here. Right? Market coming down for that. Which is cool. I mean, that's what markets do. But I'm not going to be worried about a 1 minute retracement on a weekly or a daily time frame. You know what I mean? Especially if you're in from down here or in here. Or even before that. You're up now. Anybody that bought in the last 4 months, right? Anybody that bought in the last 4 months at any point in time is now profitable, period. And that's what we anticipate. Expansion. I don't always know which day it's going to be, which month it's going to be, which week. I suck at that, okay? I'm fucking terrible at that. If you were to tell me, John, are the highs going to be met in July or September or November? Your guess is probably better than mine, okay? I don't know. I really don't have a way to time stocks like that. And the more time that's involved, the less accuracy there is. I can't do it. I don't know what it is. I just can't do it. All right. Especially when there's multiple earnings reports between, you know, where price is at, where you think it's going to go. So there's unknowns there. I don't know. But what I do know is just that it's going to take some time. It's a daily and weekly time frame. It's going to take months to pan out. I'm up on Microsoft too. Let me catch up on the chat. Timing is important in every aspect. The worse timed your trade, the more drawdown you're going to have. Bill Gates Foundation sold all the shares of Microsoft last week, and we ripped 12% highs, or 12% higher. News is the excuse. So I did see a couple tweets about that, and what I will tell you is that was all scheduled. All of that. Oh, yeah, I'm definitely out of this now, 100%, because we have moved beyond 20. What a beautiful fucking day. That was already pre-planned, like pre-scheduled. You know, if they have like a lot of brass, whatever you call them, like the executives, the CEOs, the CFO, like all of those really big people or high position people that have to report their trades, you know, the insiders, if you will, they can schedule automatic buys just like employees can. You know, they could say, okay, I'm going to buy 100 shares of Microsoft every quarter, no matter what. So at the end of every quarter, like, it's just an auto purchase. And they have sells like that too. Oh, I'm going to auto sell every 90 days or every quarter, or, you know, whatever the measurement they use is. And so it might look like, oh, well, Gates sold everything off, or the foundation sold everything off. Well, what do you think happens if you have 100 shares and you sell 20 shares every month? Well, in 5 months, you're out. You know what I mean? So I look at that like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Even if 1%, like, oh, the foundation owns 1 or 2% of Microsoft. Okay. Then other people buy the stock, or hedge funds or institutions, you know, buy the stock. And they're not a part of it anymore. So to me, it just has no influence on price. That specific situation of the foundation selling their stock, I don't think it means anything. You ever thought about being a stockbroker and teach these goobers something? No. Okay. Holy shit. I got out too early, chat. Shit, I got out too early. Why did you guys let me get out too early? Now, you dirty skank. Look at this. Look at that. You little swiper swipe. Look at that. Oh, but there's no manipulation, right? Markets aren't manipulated, right? But they just so happen to tap and right up into a pool of liquidity, right? Yeah, sure. Sure. It's all just random. Random. Those lows, random. Guys, this is a lot more controlled than you think. I promise. I promise you, this is more controlled than you think. So now we can say on the day NQ was much cleaner than Dow Jones. Look at that expansion. That's yes. With NQ being much higher. And I pointed out, yeah, we did talk about that earlier. I told you there was a divergence here in the Discord between the two. If you look at 8:30 and then 9 o'clock here, right? 8:30 and 9 o'clock. If you look at that on ES, this is barcode, dude. 100% barcode. But there's 8:30. What did I say? 9 o'clock? Did I get that? Yeah, okay. Just got to make sure. Precision requires details. That's a higher low on ES here. And that's a lower low on NQ. See that? So, interesting, right? Yeah. That a macro set our low of the day. Right? And we blasted outside of a macro. Crazy. But yeah, where was our low of day? In a time window that you know of, that other people think is bullshit. Okay. Keep denying the evidence. Keep denying the evidence, chat. Fit right into George Orwell's story. Don't be a sheep. What other questions you guys have? Because it's been a great day now that we've seen expansion. Earlier I was having a lot of doubts earlier. But the markets don't consolidate forever. They don't expand forever either. But whenever expansion is ready, that's where it gets fun. I got to go find my field notes because I threw it somewhere. Did y'all have fun today? Like, seriously, chat, drop a 2 in the chat if you had fun today. Did you have fun watching price go to where I outlined it would go? Did you have fun learning about relative strength analysis or macros or the mitigation or that sometimes the market just doesn't give you the manipulation that you anticipate? It doesn't always do picture perfect things. It's allowed to leave equal lows there, but then still give you buy side delivery. That's fine. It's allowed to do that, man. I don't get it personally. Like, it would make more sense to actually sweep the low, engineer a low here above these, right? And then run. But this time they're just building more pools of liquidity. But once you get that evidence, okay, now we are well past, we've blasted through anything that's bearish until this imbalance up here, which is also original consolidation. And that's why I said when we left it in the Discord, I said this might be the bearish until manipulation, but it's hard to tell. But when you actually look at it, and that's why I brought in phases of price, expansion higher was fast, right? But the retracement was slow. That's not a reversal. So if we're trading higher towards a pool of liquidity and this isn't a reversal, what's it going to be? It's going to be consolidation, John. Fuck no. We've already consolidated, bro. We consolidated in here. We definitely consolidated in here. Why would we consolidate there? Why would we do that? That's not how it works. That's not the formula I gave you. The formula is expansion, retracement, expansion. What's the easiest thing you can do? Trade in the direction of opposing liquidity. With no manipulation, though. That's the only caveat for today. It's just we didn't get that manipulation that we like. The only manipulation that we got was, yes, here in the regular trading hours there. That was the only, justification for why we did everything else to me. Okay. We created our gap, ripped through it to sweep those highs, right? Trade lower, sweep the low. Now at 9:15, let me zoom in. I think I mentioned this earlier. If I didn't, I apologize. This was reclaimed, right? This gap, we ripped through it higher, ripped through it lower. We trade back into it. Okay, well, it wasn't bullish here. It wasn't bearish here either. So what is it going to be? I don't fucking know. Okay, I don't know. I got to wait. And if you wait patiently enough, right, what happens? Oh, the low end ends up becoming support, right? Oh, that's fucking weird. But now we are outside of it here at 920. So then at 925, we trade down and into it. And now this becomes reclaimed. And it even goes so far as that down candle here at 910. 930, opening of a new 30-minute candle, a new 15-minute candle, a new 5-minute candle. Bang, taps right into it, outside of it again. And then this was another opportunity here. This is all Ask McGee to me. Sent. Mitigation, sent. And we watched this happen. And now this. But you saw that in advance. So how can you not have fun here, dude? That's my question. I know I might cuss a lot. I might talk a lot of shit. That's true. We're working on it. Trying to work on it. But I try to make it fun, I try to give you guys entertainment, not just like value. I try to give you value-tainment, not to copyright infringe on the podcast from, what's his name? Patrick Bet David. Value-tainment. So yeah, it's cool to have fun, but the main thing is I want you to learn. I want you to learn. Having fun is cool, but you need to learn something so that way you can get on side with price delivery, and that way you don't fuck it up. Okay. Anybody asks you what you do, what are you doing? Who are you watching? Hold on, babe. I'm learning how to not fuck it up right now. That's what you say to your girlfriend. Or for some of you, for your boyfriend or whatever. You say, hold on. Be quiet. I'm learning how to not fuck it up. So, follow and subscribe for more relationship advice with John Fibonacci. But I think that's it, dude. Triple O's on YM, Microsoft, NQ, multiple pools of liquidity, both regular and electronic hours. I did bring up field notes. This is not a field notes. This is Midori. But I at least brought it up to you. Get a field notes notebook. Carry it around with you everywhere you go. Keep it in your back pocket. Keep a pen on you. Speaking of pens, I got a bunch of pens. And I wrote down Law 32 for some reason. Oh, today is the 1st of June. So we should be on Law number 32 in the 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. See that? That is our book of the month for last month, and it's also book of the month for this month. So it's pretty great. And that's it. That's it. Why did you get that small of a notebook? Because I like the Midori brand. I also put a sticker on it. It's a sticker of a coffee mug with a cat sitting inside of it. If you saw my Instagram story the other day, or I posted the pictures in the Discord, I went to a store here in downtown Houston that had all type of pens and fountain pens and notebooks, all type of shit. It's like it was a stationery store basically. And it's kind of like, you know how Victoria's Secret is for women, right? You got a store full of like bras and panties. I've been there once or twice, right? And you know, women like that kind of shit. So for me, I'm not into buying lingerie for myself, right? I'm into the stationery store. You know, Lloyd's Term 1917. They've got all different sizes, all different colors. So it's like the stationery store Victoria's Secret version, you know? So there's pens, notebooks. We get to try out a bunch of pens. I'm like, oh, this fountain pen over here, this pen over there, this brand, that brand, Mont Blanc. They got a whole station for Mont Blanc. They got a few stickers in there too. Like, it was an amazing store. And I'm definitely going to go back here probably in the next month or two. But I'm in search of the best notebooks, the best pens. And that's just one of my... It's a side quest, bro. You know, you guys don't have side quests? You're telling me you're going to live your entire life and not have a side quest, bro? What is that? You know? We all need side quests. I have multiple. I'm building a nasty library. And one of my side quests is finding the best brand of pens and notebooks. And I think I'm really close to that. But that's why. There's no real reason. It's just getting deeper into the types of journals. Hell, there's like dozens of kinds of paper. There's kinds of inks as well. Like, this stuff gets intricate. And it's just a side quest. And that's why I share my favorite findings with you guys. I don't share everything I find. Some of it's bullshit, you know? But like field notes, I like field notes. I use field notes. I watch videos on field notes. And it's cool. And it's beneficial. And so I'll share that with you. Does that make sense? That's why I have that playlist too. It's free. It's a playlist of other people's YouTube videos. That's why I do that. I should not be your only mentor. Okay? For some of you, I might be, but I shouldn't be. You should have multiple perspectives. In life, anyway. So. But all right, if that's it, then we're going to shut it down here. Y'all be good. Be blessed. It may not have been the easiest day for you. Well, I mean, it wasn't for me. Maybe it was a very easy day for you. But the stuff still works. The phases of price still work. The market maker models, they still work. Okay? Yes, there will be times you don't get the manipulation that you want, but there's still going to be some form of manipulation or professional accumulation, period. Right? The timing stuff still works. The macros still set our low of the day. We still attack liquidity. That wasn't inside of a macro. It doesn't need to be. Who cares? Well, we're not looking for reversals anyway. Or at least I'm not. You got to journal this stuff. The difficult days are the opportunities where you get to learn the most. You don't really learn a lot on the easy days. You can make money on the easy days. But you get experience and insight on the not money-making days. Okay? So don't lose sight of that. And thank you. I would hope I'm a good teacher. I've been teaching for like, I don't know, 7 years now. I would hope I'm good at it. I may not be the best. I may not be great. But I would hope to be good. Good enough, at least. So, all right, that's enough yapping for today. I will see you guys tomorrow on Tuesday, June 2nd. Make good decisions. And I'll see you tomorrow.